I'm excited, man. I recently won $1,300 on a slot machine, dude. $1,300 on a slot machine in Tunica, Mississippi. So that's like $10,000 in Las Vegas, you know? The guy playing next to me was like, oh my God, dude, that's gonna change your life. Like $1,300 hadn't changed somebody's life in 100 years. That ain't life-changing money. $1,300 is tire-changing money, dude. If that's gonna change your life, you need to get a job. Because with a job, you can win $1,300 every other Friday, you guys. That's not even a good job. That's working at Walmart, dude, you know? I didn't even get tires with the money, man. It was dumber than that. I got tattoos with the money. Yeah. 32 years old, got my first tattoo recently. I got Boo from Super Mario Brothers. Objectively, a very stupid tattoo. But here's the thing, man. I think the longer you wait to get a tattoo, the dumber your tattoos are allowed to be. Because tattoos are permanent, but every year you wait, they get a little bit less permanent. To the point where I don't know why old people aren't getting tatted up in the nursing home, you know? What do you got to lose? You got a job interview on Monday, Mamaw? You're afraid it's going to hurt? You're on a morphine drip. You'll regret it when you're older. You'll be dead by Christmas. People in the nursing home should be getting neck tattoos just so their grandkids have to go see them. You're telling me you wouldn't get in the car right fucking now if you heard a rumor that your Mamaw got a neck tattoo? I wouldn't believe a picture. That's AI right there, man. That's AI. When I'm on my deathbed, I'm going to get face tattoos, okay? I'm going to have an open casket funeral. They're going to be like, who drew all over Papa? Why does he look like Tekashi 6ix9ine right now, guys? How is he still relevant? How is Tekashi 6ix9ine still relevant? It's good though, man. I do have a baby. My wife and I had a baby about a year and a half ago. Yeah. Thank you, man. It's going good. I love being a dad, dude. Being a dad is awesome. It's great nowadays to be a parent because anytime you have a question, you can just Google it, you know? We're Googling things all the time. Things like how to rock a baby to sleep. How hard can you rock a baby? What's the difference between rocking and shaking a baby? Shaking baby symptoms. Shaking baby jail time. Countries that don't extradite. English-speaking countries that don't extradite. Tickets to Ghana, you know? Questions that all parents have asked for since the dawn of time, but we can answer them now, man. It's fun though. We got my son signed up for the YMCA this year. Yeah, YMCA is awesome. Costs an extra $50 a month to get a baby added to the YMCA family plan. I said, $50 a month? Hell, we'll leave him in the car. They're like, no, $15 a month. I'm like, no, he loves the car. He's just sleeping there right now. But no, we got him signed up. It's awesome. The YMCA will watch your baby for 2 hours while you work out. Best part about it, they don't check to make sure you're working out. Pretty cool. I'm not saying I leave the baby at the gym and go run errands. I'm just saying I'm not working out while we're there, you know? I'm on that stationary bike. The bike has never been more stationary, guys. Filling out the DoorDash delivers to the YMCA. So yeah, we're bulking, okay? We're gaining weight. My son, though, he's a year and a half. We went to the 18-month checkup recently, and the doctor said he's got this thing called Grinch belly. You guys heard about Grinch belly? Yeah. Don't know about this? Apparently this is when like toddlers get like a beer gut. I had never heard of this. I thought she was roasting my little boy. So I went in on her hard, y'all. I was like, oh yeah, well you got Big Bird hips. She said, excuse me? I said, you're built like Big Bird, bitch. And you got Burger King face. She said, I don't even eat at Burger King. I'm like, I didn't say you did. I'm just saying you got the waxy, plasticky face of the Burger King. And then she said, I look like Fat Ed Sheeran. She called me Fat Sheeran, and it hurts my feelings, man. Yeah, we got to find a new pediatrician because ours is too good at roast battle now. So. No, my wife wants to have another one, man. I'm kind of on board because I really liked the pregnancy stage, man. The pregnancy stage was awesome. I gained a bunch of weight when she was pregnant. You guys heard about this thing called sympathy weight? Yeah, that's when the man gets fat during the pregnancy. Here's the thing, it's not for sympathy. I didn't get fat to make my wife feel better about was sharing her snacks, y'all. Because here's the thing, I would never wake up at 2 a.m. and get McDonald's off of DoorDash. But when she would do that, I would get something, guys. You know, I would get some McNuggets, man. We were both rubbing body butter on our stretch marks before bed, dog. I'm like, oh, baby, I think mine's kicking. This is a miracle. I love the cravings, man. The cravings were awesome. You know, like, one time we went to the house to eat, my wife got 2 appetizers. She got fried pickles and chips and queso. She dipped the fried pickles in the queso, guys. I didn't know I was married to a genius, you know? I want to make a restaurant where we just let a pregnant woman make whatever she thinks sounds good that day. Be like, chef, when we need some more hot Cheetos for this beef Wellington. 86 lasagna, we're out of Fruity Pebbles, right? It's cool, man. You have to go to the doctor a lot when you're pregnant. Like, there's a lot of rules, you know? Like, for example, like pregnant women, they can't eat sushi, they can't go on roller coasters, they can't give blowjobs. At least that's what my wife said the doctor told her. Okay, I wasn't there. She said that blowjobs are bad for the baby. She said it makes the baby gay, okay, guys? And I'm like, look, I'm okay with a gay baby. She's like, no, we're not doing it. Actually, for about 2 years after the baby, too, no blowjobs, so just being safe, I guess. No, my son is great, man. His name is Thomas. That was my wife's pick. I really wanted to name him Joe Biden. I just really wanted my mom to have to say things like, I love Joe Biden. Because that would hurt her, guys. It would hurt her to be like, man, I miss Joe, you know? But honestly, I just wanted to go to work one day and be like, guys, Joe Biden shit all up his back last night. He's learning how to walk. Just falling down when he gets back up. He's tough. He's tough, man. It's better than my cousin, man. My cousin, he's got 4 kids. They're all named after Allman Brothers band songs, dude. Calls them down for dinner like, Jessica, Melissa, Midnight, Ryder, get down here. Somebody feed Ramblin' Man. That's their dog's name, you know? I was a fat kid growing up. Any former fat kids in here make some noise? Okay, the back. Actually, the back is fat in the front. It should be studied, right? Are we nervous to be in the light back of the room? Maybe we're all just comedians, the fat kids growing up. Here's the thing. I shouldn't call kids fat. You're not supposed to call kids fat. I wasn't a fat kid. I was a husky boy. You know? In fact, I was what the doctors called morbidly husky. I was so big, my mom had to find a new brand of pants for me to wear. She got me these pants by this brand called FUBU. Yeah, FUBU is an urban line of clothing. It stands for us, by us. We were not the us they were referring to. My mom thought it was like, 4 chubby boys, 5 chubby boys. I walked into the first day of 3rd grade looking like I just got off the set of a Nelly music video. I wore it the whole year. But no, my favorite thing to do growing up is I like to go out to eat, man. I love going out to eat. Love Ruby Tuesdays. Yeah, I love the salad bar at Ruby Tuesdays. Never once got a salad. Here's what I would do. I'd get a bowl, fill it up with shredded cheese, bacon bits, and croutons. Yeah. Then I cover it in ranch dressing and eat with a spoon like it was a bowl of cereal, guys. We called it Unlucky Charms, man. I also like to go into Cracker Barrel, man. Love the appetizers at Cracker Barrel. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Those free packs of butter that they leave on the table. I need a whole stick of butter, 1 free pack at a time. Then on the way home, what do? You gotta get some pocket butter, you know, some butter for the road. To eat on the way home. And one time I forgot to eat my pocket butter, and my mom washed my pants. And then when she dried my pants, the whole house smelled like a movie theater lobby. So yeah, it's pretty sweet, actually, man. No, it's not all that. You know, when I was a kid, I really wanted to play basketball. When I was a freshman in high school, I tried out for the junior varsity basketball team. And I made it to the last day of tryouts, where the coaches split us up into 2 teams of shirts and skins. And as fate would have it, I got put on the skins team, guys. Yeah, coach said, Ledbetter, pop that shirt off. You're running the skins. I said, no thanks. How about we play 6-on-4 shirts? He didn't like that idea, so I got cut. I had to play church basketball. I love church basketball, man. It was awesome. A bunch of good things about church basketball. For one, everybody makes the team. That's awesome. But better than that, they don't make you take your shirt off, guys. My coach had the modestest, hottest rules. He said, save the shirts and skins for your wedding night, son. can afford it, you know. And it's tough to dribble. It is tough to dribble on carpet. We only had 2 teams, so sometimes other teams from other churches would come in there, play us on that carpet. All of a sudden, that's a distinct home court advantage. These kids never played on carpet before. They don't know what's up. They're diving for loose balls. They're getting rug burns. Like, why do people wear blue jeans? Idiots, come on, keep up. Let's go. I really appreciate all of you here tonight. I love doing stand-up comedy, man. It's a lot of fun. It's my second favorite job that I've ever had in my life. My first favorite job was when I was 20 years old. I dropped out of college to work full-time at Papa John's. Yeah, that was incredible. And I love that job. Here's why. I got to work the day shift, which meant that sometimes I got to deliver pizzas to middle schools for pizza party day. You'll never feel like more of a celebrity than when you walk into a middle school with 10 pepperoni pizzas on pizza party day, guys. They go crazy. And one time I delivered pizza to my former middle school math teacher's class, and guys, she asked me to speak to the kids. She said, Andrew, looks like your life's going pretty well. Why don't you say a few words to the class? I said, Miss Rose, I'm a 20-year-old college dropout working the day shift at Papa John's. I'd love to talk to your class. This is math. Let's do a word problem, right? Let's say Miss Rose over here orders $120 worth of Papa John's. The good tip is let's pick up a number. How about 20%? How much would Miss Rose leave me? And all the kids got it right away. They said $24. I said, you would think that. You would think that. Miss Rose over here got the answer, $0, kids. That's right, Miss Rose is a fucking bitch. Who wants to go to Papa John's? Let's get in the car. No, comedy's a lot of fun too, man. I like comedy because I get to listen to a lot of audiobooks. You guys like audiobooks in here? Yeah, I'm on the road a lot, listen to audiobooks. You guys think that audiobooks count as reading? Yes. Okay, we got a few yeses, one brave no over here. I don't think they count. Here's why I don't think they count. You don't gotta know how to read. You can't say you're reading a book if you technically can be illiterate to do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're being real with ourselves, audiobooks are just paying another grown adult $20 to read you a bedtime story. And here's why I know they don't count. Because if you told somebody that you read 50 books last year, that wow, you're a genius. If you told somebody you listened to 50 books last year, they're like, wow, you must work at Papa John's. Like, way less impressive, man. But no, comedy's fun, dude. I stay in a lot of crappy motels. And one thing I've noticed about going to these, like, the worst motels possible, like the King's Inn, like $50 a night, no matter how bad the motel is, they all still have bathtubs in them? Who's that for, guys? Who's looking at a motel bathtub and thinking, you know what? I'm going to come out cleaner than I went in. Do you know how dirty you have to be to come out cleaner from a motel bath? The only reason you should be using a motel bathtub is if you're making prison hooch or harvesting organs for the dark web. That's the only reason to. I recently got to go to Panama City Beach for comedy, and not to brag. That was a test. Most of y'all passed. It's not impressive, man. I love Panama City Beach. It is a pretty white trash place to go to the beach, though, right? I can say that I'm white trash. It's okay. I love Panama City because every restaurant in PCB has a gift shop attached, and every one of those gift shops sell T-shirts with vulgar innuendos on them. And that's just so funny to me. I got a shirt this past summer that says, I got my crabs at Dirty Dick's Crab House. That's awesome. I love that. That has to be a southern thing, though, right? There's no way you can go to a restaurant in the Northeast and get a shirt that says, I got my oysters shucked in Martha's Vineyard. It's not a thing, right? I will make up a shirt that's not even an innuendo. It just says, I contracted genital herpes in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Something that's informative, something that's factual, maybe a big head. You know, the sizes start at XL, you know. Because if you wear smaller than an XL, I don't believe you actually got herpes in Gulf Shores. But no, the more shirts like that too. Like what if we could bring some of that theme inland? Like what if you go to a nice Italian restaurant tonight in Chattanooga and you get a shirt on the way out that says, I got my noodle wet at Aaliyah. Like, that'd be fun, right? Or you go to a diner after this and you get a shirt that says, I went to Waffle House and all I got was this shirt with somebody else's blood on it. It'd be a blast. You guys like Waffle House in here? crazy, man. I'm like, dude, we gotta go sometime. I got to take him to Waffle House for the first time in his whole life. And while we were there, 2 different drunk drivers backed into my car. And then just drove off into the night. So like, pretty normal night at Waffle House, really, all things considered. He doesn't know that, he's never been. He's freaking out because Waffle House is all glass on one side, so we watched that happen in real time. We saw the first guy hit, drive away, pretty sure it was an accident. I think that second guy, though, I think he saw how much fun the first guy had. How many of you know some of this action, brother? My buddy's freaking out. He's like, dude, you gotta call the police. You were just a victim of 2 hit and runs. I'm like, call the police, this is Waffle House. The rules here are different. Waffle House parking lots are like international waters. Some of the laws don't apply, right? If you call the police and tell them you were a victim of a crime at Waffle House, they'll laugh in your face. Listen, we can't send a cruiser out every time a crime is committed at Waffle House. We don't have the manpower, guys. I think the solution is we deputize the Waffle House employees. There's a big debate on whether or not teachers should have guns in this country. I think we can all agree Waffle House waitresses need to have guns, y'all. For their safety as well as ours. You know, someone starts acting up at Waffle House, waitress just walks over to the table, lifts up her apron, shows off her clock. She says, sit down and eat your eggs before I smother and cover this booth with your brains, you son of a bitch. And look, some of y'all pull back. I'm not a crazy person here. I'm not saying we're giving everybody at Waffle House guns. We're not giving guns to the cooks, okay? We're not doing it. We can't. They are felons. They're back there cooking for their freedom, dude. They're handling waffles on a radiator in prison, dog. Like, can't do that. I was at a Waffle House recently, and I said, but one of the guys at the bar, like one of the patrons dropped a gun. He just fell out of his pants. He's like, it's okay, man, I got a concealed carry permit. Here's the thing, man, if you drop a gun, you're no longer concealing or carrying, right? Like, I'm all for it, but we just have to treat guns at least with as much security as we treat footballs, right? Like, if you fumble a gun, that is a loose gun, guys. I can dive on it. I retain possession. That's 1st and 10 going the other way, dude. Keep it high and tight, man. Keep it high and tight. But y'all can probably tell by looking at me, but I need the gas station. And I do. I was getting dinner the other night at the Quick Trip. Really good food there, man. Really good food. I was in line to get a hot dog, and the guy in front of me at the hot dog roller, he took all 8 of the hot dogs off the roller and then put them in his pockets, and then walked out of the gas station. And I'm like, look, I'm not a snitch, but I'm telling you guys. You couldn't leave me 1 goddamn hot dog? Fuck you, dude. But I thought to myself, if you're bold enough to put 8 hot dogs in your pants and walk out of a Quick Trip, you're probably bold enough to whip my ass in the parking lot of that Quick Trip. While I love hot dogs, I don't love hot dogs enough to get my ass beat for my wife and son. So I got some taquitos that night, guys. Yeah, I did. They're pretty good. Pretty good. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't try to fight somebody because I'm afraid to die. Anyone else afraid to die here? Woo! This table here, the rest of y'all are just right with the Lord, I guess. Good for you. Awesome. That's good. I'm happy for you. I'm afraid. I'm not that old. I'm 32. But that is old enough to have people that you went to high school with start passing away. And I hate how whenever you kind of know somebody, you see their obituary on Facebook, but it never says the cause of death. We need to normalize asking how people die, right? Because I'm a nosy person, but more than anything, I just want to know what kind of stuff I've got to watch out for, you know? Because if I see someone who's about my age and they died in a yachting accident, I'm good. I don't got to worry about it, right? Not my thing. If I see someone who's about my age and they died of a heart attack while masturbating in the drive-thru line at Taco Bell, uh-oh. That could happen to any one of us, guys. I gotta start living right, you guys. Yeah. Now, I'll also say this. If that happens to me, if I die tonight, I give you all permission to ask my family how it happened, okay? But it's gonna cost you. We're gonna do like a GoFundMe thing. $100 cause of death, heart attack. $200 cause and place, heart attack, drive-thru line at Taco Bell. $500, all the juicy details, heart attack while masturbating in the drive-thru line at Taco Bell. And for $1,000, you get security footage of the incident. We got to do some pre-sales after the show for that, man. But it's good, dude. I'm trying to lose weight, like was saying, I've been big my whole life, and here's the thing, I started noticing that like a lot of people, as they get older, a lot of people that have been thin their whole lives are now getting fat for the very first time. I call these people new fats. A lot of these new fats are giving us old fats a bad name. A lot of these new fats are still trying to squeeze into their old thin clothes, you know? They're busting at the seams in their Forever 21 outfits. I'm like, brother, you gotta get a new wardrobe. You need to go to Walmart. You need to get some Hawaiian shirts and cargo shorts. It's the fat guy uniform, right? Like, Andrew, want to be cold in the winter? No. You see, you're fat now. I haven't been cold since the 3rd grade, you know? It'll be fine. In addition to being called fat and cheered, people have also told me I look like this guy named Jesse Plemons. You guys ever heard of Jesse Plemons? He was in Breaking Bad. He's in Begonia. He's people online sometimes used to call him Fat Matt Damon. And the other day someone told me I look like Fat Jesse Plemons because he's been on Ozempic. And that hurt my feelings, guys. Because that means that I'm fat Matt Damon. That's a negative times a negative. I'm pretty sure that's a positive. I think I'm thin Matt Damon now, guys. That's pretty sweet, actually. I got a dog at home. Any dog owners here? Make some noise, dog owners. Awesome. Yeah, that's my dog. Hell yeah, it's my wife's friend. Hell yeah. Rescue dog owners, make some noise? Yeah? Now bad people make some noise. I don't think getting a dog from a shelter makes you a good person. I don't think getting a dog from a breeder makes you a bad person. I just think getting a dog from a shelter just means that you're willing to have a dog who is a little bit fucked up to save $800, you know? That makes you a good person. I guess I'm a good person. That's the only reason we did it, guys. You know, we got a dog from McCamey, and here's the thing. You said you rescued. What was your dog's name?
Winnie.
Winnie. Was that the name she came with? What name did she come with?
Sassy.
Sassy. Okay. Here's what they do at all these pounds all over the country. They give these dogs these weird ass names. They're like, why can't we sell these dogs? My dog's name was Kayvon when we got him, guys. My wife and I are way too white to be yelling out Kayvon at the dog park. Especially me decked out head to toe in FUBU gear. It's a bad look. He's nervous, dude. But yeah, I like rescue dog. I just don't think it makes you a good person. Because, like, you know, basically, like, anytime someone's like, this is my rescue dog, they're like, this is our little buddy Max. He's afraid of children, men with beards, and vacuum cleaners. We're pretty sure he was abused by a bearded child with a vacuum cleaner. Man, Kevin, he's nervous, dude. He's really nervous. That's what we needed. We changed his name to Kevin. We couldn't have Kevin. He's very nervous. We had to put him on this stuff called Dog Xanax. Y'all heard about Dog Xanax? Y'all know that Dog Xanax and People Xanax are the same exact thing? Ever since I found that out, I've been sleeping like a log. I've been sleeping through the night, every night, no problem. Thunderstorms no longer scare me. Kayvon, on the other hand, he's a nervous wreck. He is, he's nervous. I'm just kidding, I don't really take my dog's medicine. What I really did is after I found out that dog and People Xanax were the same, I called the vet. I said, hey, hypothetically, if I had a 240-pound golden retriever, how much dog Xanax can you give him? Okay, he's 32 years old. Okay? It's like 227 in dog years, man. No, it's good, man. I like having a dog. We all on walks sometimes. Here's the thing about like getting like a dog who used to be a stray. He'll eat garbage. He'll eat like whatever. And like one time we were like walking down the road, and he like saw a chicken bone, and he saw it faster than I could see it because he can smell it, you know. And he goes and eats the chicken bone, and like call the vet. They're like, "This is an emergency. You gotta bring him in now." And I'm like, look, I'm all for like not letting dogs eat chicken bones, but like that's what dogs do, man. Dogs eat bones. Like getting mad at a dog for eating a chicken bone is like getting mad at a white guy for starting a podcast. You know, like that's what they're built for. He's been a good boy. He can start a little podcast. Check out me and Matt's podcast, by the way. Good boys. I don't know. And he took me to the hospital, and it was cool of him to do that. We were talking to the doctor, and he was like, Andrew, why do you keep calling your wife the circuit breaker box? And, the police had it. I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. And, I had to put like lidocaine in my back and made me really nauseous and lightheaded, and like I was about to pass out. And the doctor gave me a medicinal Sprite to like spike my blood sugar, and I was like, I think I need a Dr. Pepper as well. And then I was like, I'm feeling kind of faint myself. What do I need that to do? But no, it's good, man. I've been to the hospital a few times too, but this is the first time I went for something that like wasn't my fault. Like in the past, I've always gone because I like got too drunk or ate too much edible, you know. This is actually almost 5 years to the day that I went to the hospital because I drank so much water that I had a seizure. Do you know that could happen? I drank 11 liters of water because I was so hungover from St. Patrick's Day. Drained all the electrolytes out of my body and had to go to the ICU for like 3 days. And they had to put a catheter in my penis. Anybody here ever had a catheter before? Okay, one very traumatized slap. Awesome. Here's the thing about catheters. I didn't know. Catheters are actually bigger than I thought. I thought a catheter was like the size of one of those little coffee stirs you get at Starbucks. No. Catheter is actually the size of the largest Slim Jim you've ever seen. And on my last day in the hospital, the nurse comes in. She says, Mr. Ledbetter, do you want to stick that catheter out? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. And that was the wrong answer. Like, I think my nurse is like maybe like a part-time nurse, part-time groundskeeper. Because she pulled that catheter out like she was trying to start a weed eater, guys. Like she was a professional Beyblades player. And my dick and balls were the Beyblade. I actually had to go to the hospital. I had to go to the hospital via ambulance. And we got the bill, and the bill was not covered by insurance. And I called the insurance company, like, yeah, it's out of network. Next time, you should just make sure to get an in-network ambulance. I'm like, look, if I drink enough water to have a seizure a second time, just let me die, you know? I'm not going back another time, dude. Fuck that, no way. That was good. I quit drinking, though. Me and Courtney actually helped me quit drinking 5 years ago. Quit drinking during, yeah, thank you, yeah, good for Courtney. Yeah. I quit drinking like during COVID, which is like the worst time to quit drinking. I had to go to AA over Zoom. You guys ever been to Zoom AA? Do you know that was the thing? Zoom AA is great because you can drink in Zoom AA, guys. You just put your thumb over the camera, put a glass of wine into a coffee mug. It's pretty cool. Pretty sweet, but no, it's good. Going back to dogs, man. My mom, she's a big dog lover. My mom, she's going on vacation. She called me the other day. She said, Andrew, if I get raptured, can you take care of my dogs for me? Pretty rude, guys. That is pretty rude, you know? That means that my mom thinks that she is getting raptured and me and her dogs are getting left behind. I'm a good person. That happens when selling those dogs on Craigslist, guys. I am. It's the tribulation. You got to do what you got to do, man. But, my mom's always been like that, dude. She's very religious. I look at my mom's house because anytime I'm at my mom's house, I look at her bookshelf. And my mom's bookshelf is awesome because all of her books are either about Christianity or weight loss. And it is impossible to tell the difference based solely on the title. So I've developed this game that I like to play called Christianity or Weight Loss, where I try to guess. You guys want to play Christian or Weight Loss with me real quick? Okay, I'm going to name a book on my mom's bookshelf right now. Just yell out if you think that book is about Christianity or weight loss. 3 rounds. Round 1, a well-watered woman. Christian weight loss. Yeah, Christian, that's good. A lot of y'all got it. That's right, Christianity. Round 2, delay, don't deny. Christian or weight loss? It's a weight loss book. Okay, a lot of y'all are 2 for 2. That's good. This next round, though, last round, double points. This one's tough. Double points. Take back your temple. Christian or weight loss?
Both. Weight loss.
It's both. Yeah. That's a Christian weight loss book, guys. Yeah. When you want to get skinny for the Lord, you know? Roll Tide. I'm just. Oh man, I don't know. My mom's great though, dude. She's so excited to have this grandbaby, man. She's like, it's her first grandbaby, so she's always sending this stuff in the mail. She's sending us like all these like children's books, which is awesome. awesome. But she's also sending us like a bunch of conspiracy theory books. Not so awesome, you know. She's sending us the kind of conspiracy theory books that like we can't even give away because I don't want some homeschooled kid's blood on my hands. Like that kind of stuff. I'm just waiting on her to send the first ever conspiracy theory children's book. I don't know if it exists yet, so I've had to write some of my own conspiracy theory children's rhymes. You guys want to hear a few of them real quick? Okay. Let me be clear, I don't necessarily agree with all these conspiracy theories, but I did write them, so that is a little bit of a tacit endorsement. We'll start out with a fun one. 9/11 was an inside job, inside job, inside job. 9/11 was an inside job by Dick Cheney. Here's another fun one. Dr. Fauci had a lab in Wuhan, China, and in that lab they made COVID. In Wuhan, China, with a jab jab here and a jab jab there. Okay, I lost some of you on that one. This one's good though. This one's gonna bring you back. The fluoride in the water makes our kids gay. Our kids gay. The fluoride in the water makes our kids gay, according to RFK Jr. And then of course you got Hickory Dickory Dock, Michelle Obama has a... No, you can't say that, guys. It's fucked up. We do have to give a little bit of credit to the conspiracy theorists, though. You know, like my uncle for decades has been saying that the world was run by satanic pedophiles who eat children, and then like this year, we're like, yeah, that was pretty much spot on, actually. Kind of nailed that one up there. But now we can't. They just think they're right about everything. My uncle's like, you know, I was probably right about that, all that other shit too, man. Hillary Clinton was a lizard person. Barack Obama's a gay Muslim. Dr. Fauci got me fired from Piggly Wiggly. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You got fired from Piggly Wiggly because you went to the insurrection with your full Piggly Wiggly uniform. That shit was on CNN, dude. What are you talking about, man? He's like, the COVID vaccine makes my dick not work no more. And it's like, I've got it on good authority from your ex-wife that your dick hadn't worked since 2007. Okay? He's like, who told you that, Anderson Cooper? I'm like, why would he know? Never mind. Here's the thing, man. Like, when I was growing up, like my dad was like always really worried that I was gonna be gay. But I think that like millennial dads, we don't really care about our sons being. I'm not really worried about that. I'm more so worried that my son is gonna think that Eminem is corny. Like that's the millennial dad fear. Here's why I think that, because like Eminem, I love the Marshall Mathers LP, LP2, all that stuff. But they all have references that like kids today just aren't gonna get. You know, he's gonna think it sucks. And I'm gonna show you an example from my favorite Eminem song. It's called Roll Model. Okay, we're gonna play 3 verses right in a row.
You beat for me, I'ma even score equally. Then you want Jerry Springer, beat your ass legally.
You see, son, Jerry Springer was a TV show that we used to watch when we were homesick from school, where drug addicts would fight each other. Anyway, it was a ton of... Next line of the song. Next line. Very next line.
I get flooded over funny home loans. When I smoke out, I hit the trees, calling it Sonny Bono.
You see, son, Sonny Bono was a singer from the 70s who was married to a ghoul named Cher. Cher invented the auto-tune. He died in a tragic skiing accident, so that's what that means. Okay. Next line. You see, son, the president was a political office that used to exist in our country. He was the leader of the United States of America. The United States of America was a country that used to exist before the Great Water Wars. Anyway, he's not going to get any of the references, guys. It's gonna suck, you know? It's okay. I'm excited. I've had a really good time tonight. I really appreciate y'all being here. This means a lot, man. I got a hot take for you guys, though. So if everyone can be cool with my hot take, I think at the end of the day, you will all be on board with this. But it is controversial, guys. I think we need to change the national anthem. Yeah, I think we need to change the national anthem to Free Bird by Leonard Skinner. And here's why, dude. Here's why. I think it is the perfect song for America. It's about freedom. It's about birds. It's about being unable or unwilling to change. But more than anything, I want to change it to Free Bird because of the Olympics, right? Because at the Olympics, every team that wins a medal gets their anthem played. And right now, most of these anthems are what, 90 seconds long? Free Bird is 9 minutes long. It has a 6-minute guitar solo, guys. Picture this, France and Australia, they get the silver and bronze. America gets the gold. We sit through their pussy-ass little 90-second anthems, and then a fat guy from Jacksonville, Florida, waddles out there and starts shredding on Gibson basketball, guys. It'd be better if we didn't even win. We come in third place, they still gotta play the whole song, right? Because what's more American, really winning or feeling like you won, dude? You know? But some people get tired of it. Oh man, that's disrespectful, dude. Francis Scott Key is rolling over in his grave. And I'm like, look, dude, I did my own research. Francis Scott Key wrote the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner. But he did not write the music, okay? The music was actually written by a British guy. Yeah. And I think that is disrespectful. That's why I am proposing that we take the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner, put it to the music of Free Bird. I'm going to show you how that was said. Before I do that, I got some merch I'm selling after the show. I'm going to show you right now. Got a few different stickers. They're all pay what you want. This is a Papa John's logo with my name on it. This is a sticker that has my dog's face on it. It says, this dog is my Xanax dealer. This is a sticker of my Google search history of how to rock a baby to sleep. And then on the side of this one, this is a t-shirt, a sticker of a t-shirt that says, I contracted genital herpes in Gulf Shores, Alabama. So yeah, come see me after the show. I think Donnie's got stickers too, man. Really appreciate you being here. I'm going to get out of here on this. I'm going to show you the song. We put the lyrics of the Star Spangled Banner to the music of Free Bird. Here we go.